Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining. My name is Bill Spencer, Senior Director for Microsoft Teams Engineering. I've been looking forward to this presentation from TeamViewer for Microsoft Teams. Nils Larcher is going to be describing their integration with Microsoft Teams. Take it away, Nils.
Well, thank you, Bill. All right, then let's jump straight into it. So I'm going to present, first of all, if you don't know us, TeamViewer, short introduction here, then how we work with Microsoft Teams, jump into the use cases and the features we add with our app to Teams, and then I'll show you a demo and then answer your questions if there are any. TeamViewer was founded in 2005. As a German startup. Now we have 1,400 employees worldwide, and we're operating worldwide. We have two main segments where we operate. The one is AR space, the augmented reality, and the other one is classical remote support for IT devices. Until today, we have been installed 2.5 billion times all around the world, and we have around 625,000 paying subscribers, which lead to a revenue of around 450 million euros. We grow constantly at around 20% and have an EBITDA margin of 47%. So what are the challenges that we are facing or solving? There are several challenges that are being faced today in hybrid teams. We know it all since COVID and also before, and teams are spread. The workforce is spread, and actually 80% of the workforce are actually working on deskless jobs, meaning working on shop floors and factories. And of course, also these people, they work with a lot more technologies and face challenges when it comes to support them. So remote support is actually crucial to ensure that they are operating seamlessly and ensure an efficient workspace. Another challenge is that in general, IT landscape has become really scattered and heterogeneous, and meaning especially with bring your own devices. And here we also talk about the devices and the different operating systems, which makes it really hard for supporters to actually establish a unified remote support process. With our integration in Teams, we address both of these issues. So let's dive a little bit deeper into it. And we launched the integration in September 2020, and we've partnered with Microsoft Teams to bring our enterprise-grade remote connectivity solution to that platform. The TeamViewer integration with Teams extends Teams collaboration capabilities beyond traditional chat and voice IP, with remote support through remote control capabilities or augmented reality across literally any type of device or operating system. So empowering IT admins or experts and to connect to their frontline teams and development teams to just achieve more altogether using Teams and TeamViewer together. As of today, more than 13,000 companies across the globe are using that integration and provide a better support experience with Teams to their and TeamViewer to their customers and also to their workforce. Before we dive into the use cases, I would like to throw some light on the usage and numbers specific to the TeamViewer Teams integration. So we have around 25,500 monthly active users for the TeamViewer Teams integration. We have reached 158,000 euros in billing on the marketplace, started since August 22. For this year, we anticipate to reach 1 million. And we also have joined the Azure AP COSA program, and the revenue we generated in the first or in Q1 for this year is anticipated to be 3.3 million euros. The main use cases for the integrated product are augmented reality-based remote support. So you can connect remotely from Microsoft Teams and use the see what they see or see what you see mode to guide frontline workers or on-site engineers with an on-screen virtual pointers for faster issue resolution. We have built-in IT support, so you can connect to your customers, coworkers, or partner devices with TeamViewer's remote access directly from Microsoft Teams channels. So, and resolve issues faster and remotely control devices as though you were the person that would actually operate those. We also provide a dashboard for administrators and experts that includes that shows the connection history, the active request status, and present information around TeamViewer in general, and so that any expert or admin can work efficiently without having to leave Teams, so they can really stay inside Teams and use the TeamViewer functionality from Microsoft Teams. Also, we empower project teams to instantly share remote access of devices with the teams and channels, so that they can use shared resources like servers or test devices across teams and connect to those directly out of Teams. Going a bit deeper into the use cases, in the first use case, the TeamViewer integration enables employees to connect more efficiently with their colleagues. So this is one example is how remote experts located anywhere in the world can connect via TeamViewer's augmented reality support to help the technicians out in the field to perform the inspections of a hardware unit or resolve an issue. With 3D object tracking, which means you can place spatial markers on the camera screen that stick to those objects while you're moving the screen, which allows you to highlight things and texture annotation within the live stream, so that the supporter or the expert can really show the person in the field where to touch, what to do, and how to operate a special machine that is in front of it. So, and this basically removes any type of guesswork to the person in the field. He knows exactly what or gets the exact information from the expert, like which lever to pull or which wire to connect. And so get a step-by-step visual support from the base that he's connected to. Like an example that we have in the field would be, imagine a server cabinet with a bunch of cables, and like the expert or somebody in the field, like operating a shop, for example, in retail, he has an issue with a connection. He's talking to a server expert, and he's basically the first thing the server expert wants the admin wants to know is like, let me first of all check your cable setup. He might see like some cable is connected in the wrong place, and he can say, okay, you have to move the one cable from port A to port B, and basically points this directly with annotations in the camera picture of the person that is actually in front of the cabinet. The second big pillar, and this is also where TeamViewer originally comes from, is classical remote support, where it is this is about connecting from one PC to another PC, or from like not only PCs but also like mobile devices, tablets, smartphones, and this works all across operating systems. So whenever somebody has a problem, as you can imagine, you have a Teams chat open. Somebody's asking for help. The person on the other hand can just simply invite them for a remote control session to take over the control of the device and basically operates it and guide the person that needs the help through it. So this is a very classical IT support use case, which happens in every time. I guess everybody has called in IT support sometimes in his career, and they basically try to support or help and fix this. And for them, of course, it's much easier if they can simply connect to the device instead of just explaining to it. The third benefit, this is sharing device access. So TeamViewer allows for groups or for persons that own the device to directly connect them remotely. And this becomes very interesting for development teams or for any type of teams that use shared resources, for example, also demo devices in sales, where the access to these devices can be shared, can be established via TeamViewer, and to access them, this can be shared via Teams channel. So all the devices can be added that should be accessed by the team can be added to Teams, and the people that are in the team, they can directly establish a connection to the particular device. So before I jump to the demos, I would like to highlight some great features that show how the integration has been designed to allow high productivity and seamless experience. For example, you can reduce the number of clicks by selecting the features of TeamViewer that you want to use in a single menu, so everything is fully configurable. That we of the functionality that we provide. The device sharing is also very easy. You can see it here. You have a channel, you add the TeamViewer app to it, and you can add like the TeamViewer groups of devices to that particular channel. And furthermore, you have like we have our app provides tabs where you can then basically see all the different operating features that we're having inside that tab. So we have our Teams, the app is available via the Teams App Store. And once installed, it's basically here with the different tabs that I have mentioned in the presentation. But the main part, of course, is when it comes to a chat, when you're talking to people. So you can basically, you can add the tab app to the channel, which I've done here. And when you're done, it basically wants you, so you have the, you have encountered, you have talking to somebody, you realize, okay, he needs your support. You actually want to have a remote control session of his PC. You basically send him an invite for the remote control session. So you send the card to him, and this is now received by the person on the other end. And on the app, we can then see that we have sent the card. Now I will join the session on a second PC, and I can now, one second, I can now refresh the status. I now see that the person on the other end is actually online, and I can click join as admin. The person on the other end is prompted whether he really wants me to access his PC. As soon as he clicks allow, the connection of TeamViewer is established. You maybe heard the beep. It's really just a matter of milliseconds that the connection is established. And as you can see now, I have connected from a Windows PC to a Mac device, where you can see here then the other part of the discussion. And now I have really full control over that device. With admin or the user right that is logged into, depending on the TeamViewer setup. Once the session is done, I'm always prompted to leave a note. I can fill it in. This is optional, and this is the one big part of TeamViewer. You can see like out of Teams, we have used TeamViewer to basically support somebody else. You have seen the cross platform operability that we provide. The second big part of our app is then as I mentioned, the augmented reality piece. So again, I create a TeamViewer session, and in this case now I do Assist AR, which is our augmented reality tool. Flow is again the center card. I go to the app. This is actually something, since we were talking about improvements, or there was an egg that in a further version, we're trying to have like the admin actually operating directly out of it. So now I basically send the card to my phone. I'm now operating on my phone. I click on the phone on launch session. You see now also again I'm online. I join as an admin, and now instead of a PC, I'm actually connected to my smartphone. Before that, I receive a call on the smartphone to actually accept the incoming session. And now what you can see here is basically my desk. And what we can do now is basically place markers on the screen, basically in real time, and basically highlight any type of things the person is seeing on the smartphone. And the great thing is also the markers stay. So when you can choose, you can do it live or with a paused video. This has been basically the way how we enable as TeamViewer the other persons to provide augmented reality-based remote support. Again, after the session, I can do I can leave a note, and after we have done basically so this is the core functionality of TeamViewer, a means of providing remote support. Besides that, we, as earlier mentioned, I mean, here we have a team where TeamViewer has been added as tab to a channel. And here again, you see like these are now the shared devices that everybody who's part of that particular team has access to. So, and now, for example, again, I could connect to the Mac by just simply a click. I'm just asking to open TeamViewer. And once I have done that, I'm directly connected to the particular device. In the background there we see it. So this is like really instant access for everybody who has in that channel or team that has been given access to the TeamViewer devices that are there. Additionally, inside Teams, what we provide in the app an overview of the connections that have been done lately out of Teams. This is constantly being updated. There we see the two sessions that I just showed you. Also, we have an overview about the active sessions. Currently, I mean, now I have completed them, so they're all offline. But so if somebody would be waiting for me to connect, if I'm an admin supporting many people, I would see them all here. And then there is, additionally, we have the about section which basically provides then links to our website and further information. Great. So this was my webinar. Are there any more questions?
Very cool, Nils. Thank you so much for showing us that. Okay, so a few questions. So is troubleshooting bots and AI part of your roadmap?
Definitely, we have the further we process. Also, we have been now TeamViewer has bought a second company which is called Frontline, and here where we provide workflows, and these workflow can use in augmented reality solution proposals, for example, or AI-based solution proposals. So we're definitely going into that route.
Excellent, Nils. Thank you. Lee asks, how secure is the connection?
The connection in general is very secure, meaning we've been audited many times. The connection itself is encrypted from end to end, meaning not even we as TeamViewer can basically see what has been transmitted or done inside the session, meaning we don't have access to the screens or anything, to the user data. What we provide is auditing logs about the activity itself, so like who has joined, but the content of the session is completely encrypted. This has been proven and can be also found on our website under what we call Trust Center, where everything is detailed out how exactly the connection setup works and how this has been audited.
Excellent. And that security extends across all regions for global customers?
Yes, exactly. This is the TeamViewer connection that is established between two devices follows always the same scheme. There is no differentiation anywhere in the world.
Excellent. What languages do you support?
We support various languages. Honestly, I would have to dig up exactly which ones. I mean, definitely the most common, since we're a German company, we support German and English and a bunch of other languages as well. So most of the common languages like Spanish and Portuguese are Chinese, Japanese are part of our product portfolio.
Excellent. Thank you. Can you give us a sense on how TeamViewer is priced?
Yes, so we have a user-based pricing. Since, as you can see here, the TeamViewer integration with Teams is part of our what we call enterprise integration add-on, which requires a TeamViewer Tensor subscription, which has a custom base pricing depending on the use case that our enterprise customers have. In general, what I can say, it's a user-based pricing, and to use the integration, there will be a slight percentage on top of the integration of the standard subscription price.
Okay, thank you, Nils. What is your plans, or do you have support for FedRAMP?
Ethan, please correct me if I'm wrong, but so far at the moment, not.
So just we don't support FedRAMP, but it is something we're looking at for the future, yes.
Thank you. Well, that's all the questions. Let me just make one last view. If anyone has additional questions, they can come off mute and ask them. Going once.
Yeah, I
Go
guess
ahead.
I guess I have a question about licensing. Because there are a lot of F1 licenses. Is it like a communal license, or does everybody need to be licensed to utilize this?
Everybody
Everybody
needs
has
to be
to be.
licensed.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Every user of TeamViewer. But I mean, every supporter. So only
anyone
the person
anyone that wants to use it in the field.
Exactly, in the field.
Okay.
So, but not the person that receives the support. Only the person that established, that sends the invite. That he needs to be licensed, not on the receiving end.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right. Well, Nils, thank you so much. That is a fascinating integration with Teams. I can see why you've had the kind of growth TeamViewer has enjoyed over the last few years. We hope to propel it to even greater heights with the support of everyone on this call. Thank you for joining, and thank you very much, Nils, for your presentation and your collaboration with Microsoft Teams.
Thank you, Bill.